Okay, so I literally just bought 5 artificial trees from Amazon, the highest rated trees, the most popular ones, because I wanted to go through and compare all of them to understand which one is the best. So I went through and moved around my entire living room to fit all these trees in here. They're a lot bigger than I realized, obviously. These are all 7.5 feet, but all of these come in different sizes as well. I just wanted them to be all the same height, so you can kind of get a comparison of them. So I'm gonna be talking about the pros and cons in each one of these, and which ones I would recommend, and which one I think is the best. All of these are good trees, to be honest. They all have great reviews inside of Amazon, but I wanna compare them just in case you're in the market for a tree, so that you can decide which one is best for you. So let's jump right in. Oh, and I do want to call it, this video is not sponsored by any of these companies, so you'll be getting my full and honest opinion for all of these trees. And if you're interested in getting one of these trees, links to all of them will be down below. It does help support the channel and allow me to go through and buy more stuff like this so I can do more experiments like this. Okay, now before I go into the pros and cons in each one of these trees, I do want to talk about the things that all of these trees have in common. So almost all of them come with the exact same base. You can see it comes with this little base here. They all have the very similar bases, essentially, and all of them come in 3 parts. So assembly was basically the same for all 3 of these trees. You have a C, B, and an A part that all go together, and then you have to go through and fluff all of these. And some of them were a little bit easier to fluff than others, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But that's some of the things to keep in mind. So the setup for all these was basically the exact same. So the first tree we're gonna be looking at today is called the Best Choice tree. This brand, it's not actually like, I'm not saying this is my best choice, but this is the first one we are going to be looking at today. Now, some of the pros on this one, this is actually the most affordable tree out of any of the ones that we're gonna be looking at today. It does come in sizes 4.5 to 9 feet. So there's a variety of ranges there. And this is actually the most popular tree on Amazon. So this one has the most reviews, over 13,000 on it. So it's a very highly rated tree. A lot of people really like this one, probably because it is the most affordable. Some of the biggest con with this one, in my opinion, is that it's not the most realistic looking tree. Not to say it doesn't look great at all, but compared to some of the other trees that we're gonna be looking at, it's not the most realistic, but it is the most affordable. So that gives it a great option. You can see here, it kind of has these fuzzy things for the tree, and it has a really good depth. Like, it's hard to see the base in back of here because you can fluff it up so much. And I mean, you can see just the pole itself is wrapped around as well. So overall, a great affordable tree if that is what you are looking for. And the next tree we're going to be looking at is the National Tree Company tree here. You can see this is what this one looks like. Now, in my opinion, this looks more realistic than the Best Choice over here. You can see because of the coloring mostly. Like, you can see in this light, maybe it's not as well in this lighting, but in the camera. But you can see the coloring on this, I think, is a little bit better. This one looks maybe a little bit more waxy and kind of a dark green, but this has more of a natural green color to me. And I didn't do a great job fluffing this as much. But this, however, it does come at a cost, the more realisticness. This is actually the most expensive tree out of any of these trees right here. This one retails at the highest. You can check the latest prices down below in the description. But yeah, it's the most expensive tree. So in my opinion, I actually think this tree might be the worst value because of the price it is. There's no lights inside of this one, as you can see. But one other thing to point out about this is it does have the highest size range. So you have 4 feet to 12 feet with this tree. So if you have a higher ceiling and you need to get a 12-foot tree, there are 2 that have that option to go that high, and this is one of them. And I'll be pointing out the other one here shortly. The next tree we're going to be looking at here is the Highi, and this tree is for you if you're looking for a tree that comes with lights and different kinds of lights. This has 10 different modes of light, and it has the foot tap button, which is something that I appreciate. And if you don't know what that means, basically you can see here it has this little button that you can put on the ground, and when you want to go through and change the colors, you just tap it with your foot, and you can see it will go through and change colors. So this has 10 different modes. So you can see it has kind of your normal lights inside of here. But when I go through and tap it on, there's the mode 2. It kind of goes through, and I believe it's like, these are just different colors that go through and flash. Mode 3, and actually let me get you a better view of this, like more far out here. Okay, so you can see here's one of the modes. It kind of goes through and flashes into different colors. And then I can go through and click on this, and it goes to just a flashing with the lights, like the flashing white lights. You can click it again, and then it will go through and flash between the 2 different ones. And then if you click it, it turns off basically. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of like goes in different colors. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So lots of different modes. So if you were looking for something that has lots of color, this is actually my daughter's favorite tree because it has all the colors inside of there and not like the boring white lights. This might be the tree for you. So the next one that we are looking at here is actually my wife's favorite. This is the Tech. Now the advantages of this one is it does have the pre-lit tree, and of course this does come with the snowy effect. And this is actually the only tree that has 3 different colors. So it comes in a pink, a green, or the snow effect that you see right here. Another big pro to this is I underestimated how long it takes to go through and fluff these trees. This one actually took the shortest amount of time to go through and fluff. However, as part of that, one of the cons is it does come with this little paper thing, and it comes with that for a reason, because you can see this snow stuff gets like when you're going through and fluffing it, it can get everywhere basically. So this can cause a little bit of mess. You can see there's stuff on my carpet here, which is kind of a bummer. This does not go into multiple color modes. So what you see here is what it looks like when the lights are on. And one of the unfortunate things as well, it doesn't have a foot tapper. So you can see this one, it only has the plug right here that you have to go through and unplug. You have to crawl behind the tree to unplug this to get it off, or you can get like a smart outlet or something like that. But this is what it looks like when the lights are off on it as well. So if you want to go through and string your own lights through this, you could go through and do that. Like I said, great looking tree. I think it looks realistic. I mean, with the snow, it's hard to compare it to the other ones, but of course, if you want the snow effect, this is going to be the one for you. Like I said, this is my wife's favorite tree. All right, and the last tree that we are looking at today is the Evergreen Classic. Now, in my opinion, this is by far the most realistic tree. You can see when we take a closer look at this, the pines are actually, they look like pines compared to these other trees where it's kind of, I don't even know what this is, but this kind of confetti kind of material is what I would call it. But when you come over here and look at these, it has the pines actually coming out. Now, it does have some of the confetti material as you kind of go back towards the tree here, but it's very full. And I also like kind of the randomness of the pattern. You can see with a lot of these, you can tell that they're an artificial tree because they kind of just go in this kind of predictable pattern. This one does as well, but it's also kind of a little bit sporadic. So it looks more like a natural tree to me. So by far, if you are looking for the most realistic tree, this is definitely the choice. This does come pre-lit. It does only have one option for the lights, or maybe 2 options actually. I'm like trying to remember now. Yeah, it's only, wait. Yeah, only 2 options. So you have on and off basically. This does come with a foot tapper, so you can go through and turn it on and off with your feet. And this does have the longest cord as well out of these 3, which is an underestimated feature, but something that is important as well. But a beautiful looking tree in my opinion, and by far the most realistic if that is what you are looking for. So to just finally wrap things up, just a little recap. If you are looking for the most affordable, most popular option on Amazon, the best choice is the best choice for that. However, it's not the most realistic. If you are looking for one that is fun for the kids, that has all the lights and can do different modes and things like that, built into the tree, what is this one called? The Highi Coletti is your option. If you are looking for one that has the snow effect, kind of the classic look, then you're looking for the Tech. And then if you're looking for one that has the most realistic, you're looking for the Evergreen right here, the Evergreen Classic. And then if you need a taller tree that's over 9 feet, then that is where you're going to want to go with the National Tree Company tree right here. So hopefully you found this helpful in deciding which tree might be best for you and exploring those options this holiday season. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like these kind of things, and links to all these will be down below. Once again, I do appreciate when you use those links. It does help support the channel at no extra cost to you, and we'll see you in the next video. And this might not be helpful to everybody, but I did want to show you what these look like after you're done using them and putting them back in the boxes, and tell you which ones actually fit back in the original boxes and which ones didn't. Now, if they don't fit in the original boxes, I will link down below some of tree bags that are actually really helpful as well. I'm probably going to get a couple more of those to put these trees inside of here. But this is the Evergreen Classic, and you can see it fits really well back in its box. There's actually a little bit extra room there. So another thing to love about that one, this is the snowy one, and this is probably the one that fits the least back into its box. It's very hard to get this one back in the box because it's hard to push back this snow inside of here. It is the best choice. This one's the best choice. It fits pretty well back in its box. You can see it's taking a little bit of its shape, kind of it's kind of getting a little bit more wide there. And then this is the National Tree Company, and this one does not fit very well back in its box. The box itself is pretty small. It fits kind of if you push this down, but it is a little bit wide, but doable inside of here. And then this is the Highi. It fits pretty well back in its box as well. So the biggest one that is hard to get back in the boxes for sure. This snow one right here. All the other ones fit pretty well back into their boxes.